Well, good morning. Good morning from Florida. It is time to do a little cooking. A little cooking. So I'm going to make my chicken and rice casserole. Oh, look, I'm casting a shadow. I'm going to make my chicken and rice casserole, and I'm going to start. I'm only making half what I usually make, because it usually makes so much. So we're just going to cut that down a little bit so we don't have too much left over. Just because there's not enough of us to eat all that. So I'm going to, well, I can't open my butter here. This paper doesn't want to peel. It really doesn't want to peel. Hold on, I'm having a fight with the butter. Right here. There it goes. I want 3 tablespoons of butter. That's going to be about right. There. I also make this sauce for this casserole. I make 1.5 times as much as it says to make because I like it saucier. There's that. We're going to add in a 1.5 tablespoons of flour. Get my milk out here so I have that ready. Find my flour and my measuring spoons. Let's see, 1.5 tablespoons. There's a tablespoon. Oh, there's 1.5 tablespoons. Okay, there we go. I'm also going to add some salt. Let's see, does it tell me how much salt? No, it doesn't. All right, let's see. I would say like 1/2 teaspoon of salt for this. Someday I need to write down how much I put in there. So we'll put a little salt in there. We'll add a little pepper in there. Good morning. How are you? Making some chicken and rice casserole for our lunch today. Adding a little pepper. And I'm going to add in 1.5 tablespoons of flour. Put this away. All right, let me get me a spoon. Stir this around. Have to hurry and melt. There we go. Then I'm going to need 3/4 cup of chicken broth, which I have here, and 3/4 cup of milk. So it has both milk and chicken broth. Here, let's do this. Here's my measuring cup right here. I already have some cooked rice and cooked chicken and a little cut up and slightly cooked red and green pepper, and that's all that goes in that. Okay, so let's see how this is doing. Oh, this is doing well, so let's go ahead and add this in. And all you do is bring this to a little simmer. And everything around. Bring it to a simmer, and that's all you have to do with that. Morning! How are you today? So this is it's called a white sauce. So it is butter and flour and a little salt and pepper and chicken broth and milk, and that's all. So let me take my pan. Here, let's do this over here. And my pan for the oven. And then I'm going to put in, so I just have to get this to come to a boil is all. Just a little simmer, and then we're ready to go. Let me just stir it some, though. Okay, so we're going to add in, this is our cooked rice. This is a cup of cooked rice. And then you measure it before you cook it. And I'm going to put in 1/3 of that in this pan. You could spray the pan. I would spray the pan. Doesn't usually stick real bad. All right, take 1/3 of the rice and put this in the bottom of the pan. Spread it around. This is so easy. This is one of the best casseroles I have. I like to take this for people who, like, you know, if they had a baby or they came home from the hospital or they had a death in the family or something. This is a great one to take, like, to give to people. It's really economical to make, but it will be something they're like, oh, please give me the recipe for that. They're like, I had one lady tell me, we didn't want to eat any of the other food. We just wanted your food. It is really good. And then I gave her the recipe. She's like, I can't believe how easy that was to make. And I say, it doesn't really cost a lot of money. All right, so then we're going to take half the chicken, because you don't want to end up with the chicken on top, because you don't want it dry. So this is 1 chicken breast. Or this is actually 2 chicken tenderloins. It's the equivalent of the breast, a chicken breast. Okay, we should be, I don't want this to stick, close to boiling here. And then I have these little cut up red and green peppers. They're just bell peppers. I'm pretty good, Karen. I'm hoping you're good too. Oh, good. So then I'm going to take the red and green peppers that I microwaved them for about a minute, just so they're a little softer. Unless you want them super crunchy, you can have them super crunchy. But I soften a little bit in the microwave, and then I sprinkle about 1/3 of them around here. And this just makes it so pretty. It really tastes good too. So put a few of them around. Then, once this comes to a boil, I dribble some of this sauce over it. And in my family, this is like one of our favorite meals. I need to make an ebook of recipes. I should. I don't even know how to do that. I don't even know where to go to do that. I guess I could Google it. I have to type it all in. I guess I could take pictures. I don't know how that works. Take pictures of the recipes. That is a good idea. That way they'd be saved. All right, come on and boil already. I'm just waiting for you, sauce. We're almost there. It just thickens it up. I'm just stirring it so it won't get thick. And then we're just going to do a couple more layers of that. I wonder if I could, I guess it would be okay if I could do that, since these like aren't actually my recipes. They're like, but people tell me I'm not allowed to copy their recipes. I don't know. So I could change something and then say it was mine. But I haven't actually like invented these recipes. I have just found them. So then I dribble all this, making sure it gets all over the chicken so the chicken doesn't get dry. That's mostly what I do, is dribble it over the chicken. Okay. And then we put another 1/3 of the rice. Just like sprinkle that over. Then we'll do the other half of the chicken. And that will be all the chicken. So I baked the chicken last night. And then, you know, like shredded it into pieces. You could cut it, shred it, however you want to put it in pieces. You could even use a rotisserie chicken. You could, whatever chicken you want. Just type up or post 1 or 2 recipes a week. Oh, yeah. Or Florida flavor, so that'd be cute. Okay, so then we're going to do another third. I suppose I could, since I do post them. Usually when I make stuff, I guess I get, well, I just have, like I say, I have to figure out how to do that. How to do that. Where's that go? Okay, so then we're going to do a little bit more dribbling. I'll Google it. There we go. Dribble it all over the chicken. Then we have 1 more third of the rice. Oops, this is a recipe my mom had in one of her cookbooks. For years, she made this. Okay, and we're going to spread all this around. Put the rest of the peppers on top. This is a pretty one to make at Christmas because it's got the red and green peppers. Of course, you could use any of them you want. You could even leave the peppers out, but it's really good with them in. Okay. They're just bell peppers. There. Oh, how pretty. Then you pour the rest of the sauce all over the top. All through the whole thing. And then you're going to bake this covered at 350 in the oven. I think it takes half an hour. I'll look at my recipe again. Well, let me get a scraper, get the rest of this stuff out. It has a lot sticking in here. Now I have my oven on. And then we're going to make my icing for the cake. Whoops, I'm knocking stuff off over here. I love to lick this spatula. Ooh, it's so good. Yummy. Okay. Get my lid. I've lost my lid. Here it is. You could also cover it with foil if you don't have a lid. What does it say? Yeah, 350 for 30 minutes. Okay, here we go in the oven. Okay. Now, let's take this over here. And let's see what we have here. Or you call it bell pepper capsicums. Okay. When you were 6, your mom sent you over to the neighbors to ask if they had any. I was there for 15 minutes explaining. She came and said, "What's taking so long?" Oh, that's hilarious. I was asking for colored Mexicans. Oh, that's funny. They were like, "What? We don't have any of those. I don't have any of those." That's funny. Okay, let's go back over here. That's what it sounds like. Let me put this up on my stand here. Okay, so the icing we're gonna make. Let me find my. Oh, did I even? Yeah, I washed my beater. I washed all this last night. So our pumpkin cake. Here's our pumpkin cake. And our pumpkin cake. So to make the icing, that's one of them. Let me take off the film. Do. Try to put some water in that rice pan so it doesn't stick. Okay, so you're going to take... No, we're going to find the recipe. Hold on. 3 ounces of softened cream cheese and a stick of butter. And I use unsalted butter. So here we have... Woo! Trying not to bump that, and it's not working. I'm not succeeding. Alright, I need some hot tea. I get on live and I start talking first thing in the morning. My throat does not cooperate. Does not cooperate. This is so easy. 3 ounces of cream cheese. This is softened cream cheese. And oh, I cannot do this with this stupid tripod. It's so flimsy. Every time I touch it, it falls over. I need one with longer legs on it. That's what I need. So I can just raise it up instead of setting it on a box. This one was free. So I have this one. There you go. Okay. Put the butter in there. You love eating them like an apple. Wow, I've never done that. I guess I don't really like them as raw as much. But I think they're supposed to be really good for you, so that's good. Don't have many calories. Okay, so there we go. We're going to cream the butter and the cream cheese together. Oh, I didn't think I touched that, but it still moved, didn't it? And I like this cake because it doesn't have too much icing. It just really has a little bit. So it's not overly sweet. So you're going to add a teaspoon of vanilla. The kitties are in their room. I don't let them out when I'm leaving the house. They have their own bedroom, so they stay in there till I get back home. And they have done that since I have them, so they're just so used to that. They stay in their room. And they don't make a peep either, so apparently they don't care. It's not time to eat, so I guess that's why they don't care. So then we're going to add 2 cups of powdered sugar. Oh, how much is in this bag here? I have more. This isn't enough. It's real close, isn't it? Look at this. So close. And I'm making a mess too. Okay, so let's put some more in. I can do this without it being too messy. I think that's about it right there. Pretty close. Okay, so let's put this in. This is such a big measuring thing here. There we go. Buddy has made a ruckus tonight, in and out, in and out. Oh my goodness. Your shingles are up and inflamed because it's hot. Oh, I bet it is. Oh goodness. And of course the cat has to be a nuisance too. Oh no. Alright, let's start this slow. And that is all. So then we're going to put this on our cakes. Okay. Move this out of the way. Over here is where we go. Alright, so let me get all the icing off this paddle. Icing for breakfast. This is a lick now. There you go. Okay. Now, let's see, we'll take about half of it for one. Let me find my, here we go. I can figure out half. I don't usually measure this as exact, because I can usually just figure out half of this. And I like it because if you just leave the cake in the pan, it's just kind of easier. Spread it around. And this is good if you chill it, because the icing firms up a little. Better for traveling in the car. Like I say, this is not real thick. If you want to make more icing, you can. But this is a real sweet icing, so if you just make a little bit, it's perfect. Because this cake is so good by itself. There we go. Number one. Let's do the other one. The other one puffed up bigger for some reason. Probably actually had more batter in it than the other one, even though I tried to measure it. So I had to slice a little off of it to make it level. I did that last night. I'll just put this on top. Getting crumbs on it here though. See if I can get this to not spread the crumbs around. Okay, there we go. Spread around to the edges, and there is our pumpkin cake, and dinner is ready. Well, it's still in the oven, but it will be ready when it's done. There we go. Wanting to pull up. Cutting a bit off of the cake to make it level was not a good idea with this cake. because the icing is pulling right up off of it. But I can still make it work. All right, there we go. Okay, until later, you have a very good day. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.